What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be getting rid of these awful fucking leather RSX seats that seem to fall apart on everybody. So to get this done, you're going to need a socket set in order to remove the factory brackets on the bottom. And before you remove the seats, you always want to make sure you unplug the battery because there's airbags on the sides of them. You're going to need your new seats, of course. Brackets specific to your vehicle, which of course I have the planted ones. These fit with pretty much the majority of aftermarket company seats. You'll need sliders, of course, if you want to run them. Most seats come with them, usually pre-installed. I'm not sure why Braum theirs aren't, but you'll need whatever hardware kit you're gonna do all your work with. So that'll determine what kind of other tools you need. This one's just like an Allen wrench type head, bolts. So that and a socket set, you're pretty much good to go. So first step would be to either remove the seats, or if you want, you can set up your new seats with the sliders and brackets and get them ready to go first if you want to do that order. I'm gonna go ahead and get my seats ready. Alright, so Braum actually has the 4 bolts you use to attach the sliders already screwed in to the seat here. I'm just gonna get those out of the way. Okay, so just to show you with these Braum sliders, when they go on the seat, you're gonna have this right angle piece, and you have a couple pins here that will go into the handle. So you want the pin in the rear to go towards the rear of the seat. So that's the front of the seat. Back of the seat here, so this one will be set up like so, and the side that's completely smooth, that's going to be going against the seat itself. And another thing I wanted to show you, since you have to pull up on the handle in order to adjust the seat, whenever you get these handles and attach them, there's almost no bend in there. And it actually, pulling up on it, there actually wasn't enough room. It hits the seat before it turns enough to unlock the sliders. So what I did was I just stuck the ends in my vise and I bent them for this seat. This is the driver's seat, and now there's enough room there, enough leverage to unlock the sliders and actually function. So that's something to keep in mind if you're running the same seats that I have. Okay, so as I said before, this is how this one's going to be oriented. So in order to move the slider, all you have to do is press down in this area here, and that'll allow you to move the slider. And once you do that, you can access the holes here that you'll need to use. All you got to do is slide it one direction to get to the holes you need, and then slide it the other way so you can finish off. Okay, so once you have both your rails on, you're ready to put the handle on. All you do is, there's holes in the side here, and you're just going to place those into the tabs, and then you'll sort of just bend it in place on both sides. That's all it really takes. Okay, so putting your bracket on is literally just 4 bolts, washers, and nuts, and should be at this point ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to get started on taking this bad boy out. It should just be 4 bolts. Don't forget to unplug your battery before you start doing this. Okay, so under the seat, you're going to have like 3 connections you need to disconnect after you unbolt the 4 bolts holding the car in. They're 14mm bolts, by the way. And if you have a Type S, you'll have like the amp assembly under here. I'm just going to leave it under the seat if it'll fit. Hopefully it does. And yeah, now we're ready to take the seat out and put the other one in. At this point, you would also remove your little seatbelt assembly here. I just disconnected it and pulled it off as a 14mm bolt and a Phillips head screw holding it on as well. Okay, so I went ahead and got one installed. I had trouble fitting the amp back under the seat. It looks like there was probably enough room if I kept messing with it, but it was honestly didn't feel like worth the trouble. Really happy with how the seat looks. It's a little bit lower than the factory seat. And the bolt that goes to the bottom, close to the inside there, I just use a lug nut to attach that seat belt assembly, by the way. But the one that goes straight down, it's kind of hard to tighten down. I was able to fit a wrench just barely like between the carpet and the bracket there. And this one as well is a little hard to get to. But yeah, all you do is reuse those bolts and you're good to go. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the seat. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the driver's seat now. Alright, so this is how everything turned out. I figured I'd ride around in them for a few days, get a feel for them before I made a conclusory video. But overall, I'm pretty happy with them. They're very comfortable. They're quite a bit lower than the stock seats with the brackets and everything. So that's something to consider. What I ended up doing, because I ended up having an issue with the seats not locking because of the way that I bent the handle. But when I couldn't really find a happy medium of bend to where I could get the seat to unlock and also get it to lock back. So what I ended up doing is adding some washers. If it'll focus there. I added those on all 4 bolts that attach the sliders to the bracket, and that pretty much solved that problem. Overall, it came out really good. It was really nice to be able to get under there and clean and everything, vacuum. Steering wheel is probably coming soon. So that leather is really bad as well. But alright, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, because I did. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. I'll see you guys in the next one.